Hold on one sec. Why is it doing this? I don't know if it's working or not, but we're going to let people in.
Yeah.
Right? So. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is there. I am yet once again having problems with Facebook Live, but that's okay.
Hello.
Oh, I just got a message that live is working. So I do see we have some participants. It's so exciting. We are really excited to have everybody here. I hope everybody can hear me. Feel free to, I'm going to give everybody, everybody has permission to unmute themselves if they want to talk. But while we're doing this, if you wouldn't mind staying muted, that would be great, just to avoid any background noise. And hold on a second, I've got to change this for a minute into this view. Well, maybe I shouldn't do that. I'll put it in speaker view. Can everybody see me? Can we get a hands up? Hi, everyone. I am Randy Silverman, and I am the Executive Director of the Youth Mental Health Project. We are celebrating Children's Mental Health Awareness Week this week, and we are so excited to have Jill Cantor here with us today for Wellness Wednesday. She has so generously offered to give us a free Pilates class. Some people have asked me, Randy, why on earth are you doing a Pilates class for parents if it's Children's Mental Health Awareness Week? Let me tell you why. Because as parents, our children need us to be healthy. They need us to be well. And in order to help support them during any kind of mental health concern, we need to be healthy ourselves. And exercise is one of those fantastic ways to do that. Pilates is one of my favorite forms of exercise. And so I thought it'd be great to give everyone a chance to try something new if they haven't, or just to take a break from your typical Wednesday morning and have a nice Pilates class. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm very excited to have Jill with us today. Jill is a dear friend, a lawyer extraordinaire, and a Pilates instructor. So that's very exciting. So Jill, I'm going to let you introduce yourself and talk a little bit about what's going on while I admit more people who are sitting in the waiting room.
Okay.
So Jill, tell everybody about yourself.
Yes, hi, I'm Jill Cantor. I live in Westchester County in New York, and I am a Pilates instructor, but I've also been a lawyer for 25 years. So I took on Pilates and took on the training about 6 years ago now, and I've been working part-time in Pilates, a lot of weekend training, some other days and evenings. I teach classes. And I love it. It's just like another whole side of me from the tax lawyer side. So I don't know how many people here have done Pilates before. I'm going to do this as a little bit of an intro class, just so people can see what Pilates is all about if they don't know. If anybody has any injuries, I can't watch everybody as closely as I would in a Pilates class, but everybody, if you have an injury in your back or in your spine or in your neck, to be wary of that. And I will talk about a couple of little things that you can do to protect yourself as you're working out. Also, Pilates, just to tell you a brief background, it was created by a man named Joseph Pilates. And I actually share a birthday with him, which is kind of funny, but he was
awesome.
He was German, and he created Pilates in the 1920s when he was in a British internment camp, and he was helping rehabilitate soldiers there. So that's kind of where it came about. He was attaching springs to bedposts and doing all these things, and realizing that through the exercises that he was creating, he was really helping these soldiers. So one of the things about Pilates that people confuse it with yoga sometimes. It's very different. I mean, there are some similarities in the movements, but it's not quite as spiritual. That it takes a lot of focus and a lot of concentration, and it's very deliberate movements in Pilates. It definitely works the core, so it helps with your core. Everything that you do in Pilates really emanates from the core, what Joseph Pilates called your powerhouse, which is your center, it's your core. It's thought about as the box of your body from one hip to a shoulder to a shoulder. So you think about everything in nice alignment in a box. And your powerhouse is right through here, right through your center. So one of the things in Pilates also is we don't always do big classes, especially with people who want to learn Pilates from the beginning, because when you're doing it one-on-one or in small group classes, the instructor can really focus and watch each individual movement, make sure you're working safely. And also, if you do have a particular issue in Pilates, we can help a little bit with the rehabilitation. And so anyway, that's kind of my little blurb on Pilates to start. But we'll start with a few basic movements. First thing you should know, we talked a little bit about the powerhouse. There are 6 basic principles of Pilates to think about as you are working through this. One is precision. We want all our movements to be very precise. One is centering. I talked about the centering and the alignment of your body. Concentration is key. Control in the movement, and you're using that core for control. There's a flow in Pilates and movements, especially once you learn it and you know how everything is working. It becomes a flow, and it does become actually a very tough workout and aerobic as you advance in it. And the breathing is very important in Pilates. One of the first things that we learn in Pilates is the stance. It's called Pilates stance. So you want to think about is bringing your heels together, your toes are apart, sort of like my hands are right here. If you can see my feet, I'm not sure. And it's sort of viewed as like a natural stance. So you're standing up nice and tall, lifted through the waist, shoulders are back, and your arms are just sort of resting to your sides. It's meant to be sort of man's or women's natural stance, to stand just like this. It's very comfortable. Honestly, if you were told to kind of, stand straight with your toes together, that's not really the most comfortable natural stance. So this is your starting Pilates stance to think about. So from here, we're just going to start with a little warm up. Everybody start out in the Pilates stance right here. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale and just lift the arms up. Drop those shoulders, don't let them hunch up, just relax the shoulders. And exhale and bring the arms down. Good. Inhale, lift those arms up. And exhale, slowly lower the arms. Good. Inhale, lift them up, up, up. And from here, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. If you can, I want you to just bring your chin to your chest and slowly roll down without sticking your tush way out. You want to use your core as you roll down and just hang your head, hang those arms gently down there. And right here, we're going to slowly use the abdominals to slowly come up, up, and up. Bring those arms way up, and then lower them down to the side. And then again, inhale, lift the arms up. We're going to take a nice inhale and slowly lower, lower, down. Hang down there, relax your arms, relax your neck and your head. And we're going to circle the arms out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and reverse them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now slowly with the arms hanging, roll back up, using your core to lift. Bring those arms back up in the air, and then bring them down. Good. One of the things that Pilates actually works on also is balance, and that becomes important, especially as we become older. So I always like to start out with a little balance exercise too that uses the core. So bring your arms into like a genie position here. Good. Your feet are back in that Pilates stance, lifted tall up in the waist. We're going to bring one knee up, balance on the left leg, and just hold it for a second. And then bring it right back down to the home. It's home. Bring the left leg up. Bring it right back to Pilates stance. Bring the right knee up. Bring it right back down. And up. And down. And 3. And down. 4. And down. While you're doing this, make sure you are maintaining that alignment in the hips so you're not shifting from left to right too much. 6. And 6. And 7. And 7. And 8. And 8. And 9. And 9. And 10. And 10. Good. Now bring your arms out to the side. You're going to do a little bit more of this balancing. This time when you lift your leg, you lift your right leg, but we're going to bring it out to the side more. So more like that. And down. Again, try to keep that alignment in the hips. 2. And 2. And 3. And 3. And 4. And 4. And 5. And 5. And 6. And 6. 7. And 7. 8. And 8. 9. And 9. 10. And 10. Bring those arms down. Good. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. And I'm bringing my hands down behind my butt. And my fingers are reaching down. And my thumbs are kind of linked together right here. So you're lifted up in the waist again. Shoulders back. And we're going to kick back. So kick that heel into your hand. And 2. The knee should be pointing straight down to the mat. So you're not lifting and kicking. You're just kicking right back. And 2. And 3. And 3. And 4. And 4. 5. And 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. And 10. Bring the hands right back in front. We're just going to do a little bit more warming up. So the same motions, but a little faster. If you can jump, you can do this jumping. Otherwise, just speed it up. So it's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. It's like I'm marching. 9, knees up. 10 and 10. And kick back. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. And front. 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. One more time back. 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Very good. Okay, everybody, I'm going to switch my screen a little bit here so you can see me a little better as we come down to the mat. Everybody, hold on. You know what? I'm going to leave it back up here. Okay, hopefully you guys can see me on the mat right here. Okay, we're going to come right down to your mats, sitting down to start. So your feet are flat on the mat, and they are parallel right now, and they're a few inches apart. I want you to sit up nice and straight and bring your hands right to the sides of your knees. So lift up in the waist right here, relax the neck. Bring your chin to your chest, and what we're gonna do here is called the C curve. So it's the curve in your back, it's a natural curve in your back. So we're gonna bring your chin to your chest, pull the belly in, hold on gently around the knees, and round that back. So it's a C curve of your back. And then we're gonna lift it right back up to sitting. And then again, bring your chin down to your chest, scoop that belly in, and round it back, holding it right here. And then bring it right back up to sitting. And again, scoop the belly in, roll it down right here and hold it. And then come way back up. 2 more. Scoop the belly in, curve that back, scoop in, and come back up. Scoop it in again, round it back if you can. You can hold on here with your knees, but if you can, reach those arms out to the sides right here. Lift the arms up a couple of inches and lower them. As you lift the arms, you should feel that connection in the abdominals. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your hands right back to your knees and then come back up. And again, scoop it in, round the back into your C curve. Reach those arms out. Lift again 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Keep reaching. And then come back up. Good. This time you're going to scoop in, keeping the hands right here. And I want you to slowly, with control, roll down all the way to the mat. Come down on the mat right here. Good. And we're going to bring your knees into your chest. And we're going to start with what's called the 100. The 100 is a very basic movement in the Pilates. It's often done one of the first things in Pilates in your session because it gets the blood flowing and it starts kind of firing up on the abdominals on the powerhouse. So we're just going to do this in steps. So the 100 is, you'll learn in a second why it's called the 100. First, we're just going to reach your arms out to the side right here. They're just floating, about 5 inches off the mat. Your knees are apart, heels are together, toes apart. And I just want you to lift your chin to your chest. So you're just lifting your head up a bit, looking right into your belly button and reaching those arms. So right now, you're supporting the weight of your head, not with your neck, or it shouldn't be with your neck, but it's with your abdominals. And then slowly lower down. And then again, we're going to lift that head, lift the chin to the chest, fire up those abdominals by pressing the belly button towards your spine. Think of flattening the back into the mat. And then slowly lowering down. And then again, chin to your chest, hold it right there. And then slowly lower it down. Good. This time we're going to introduce the pumping of the arms, which is part of the 100. So we're going to go chin to your chest right here, and we're going to pump the arms 5 times as you inhale. 1 long inhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 long exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 20. If anybody has done Pilates and they want, they can reach their legs out to working position right here and continue. Otherwise, if you're new at this, stay here. If your neck or something is bothering you, just keep your head down and pump the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 30. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 40. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 50, 50 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30 more. If anything's bothering your neck, just bring your head down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Everyone stay right about there. Good. Bring your head down. Bring your knees in and just roll around on your back a little bit just to relieve any tension that you brought into your back right there. Good. From here, we are going to work on a little bit of just the pelvic tilt. So I want you to bring your feet down to the mat and bring your arms down to the mat. And I want you to think, and this also comes into a lot of Pilates moves, it's the basis of the moves. And I mentioned it a little bit during the 100. It's pressing your navel, like your belly button. It's like someone is connecting with a string, your belly button to your spine and pulling that belly down into the spine. So the natural curve of your back, if you just would relax, would be to have a little bit of an arch in your back, where your back is lifting off the mat. I'm exaggerating a little bit right now, but that would sort of be like the natural position if you were just laying down. In Pilates, what we want to do a lot of times is really engage those abs. We want to pull the tailbone down and forward by pressing the navel into the spine. So there's no air, there's nothing between your back and the mat. So just engage those abs, squeeze those abs, pull the tailbone forward and under, and then release everything. And go back to that natural curve. And again, engage those abs, press the navel to the spine, and release. And then again, engage those abs, pull that tailbone down towards the end of the mat, and release. Good. Okay, from here, we are going to work on what's called the roll-up. So you're going to stretch those legs out long right here. And if you have, actually, we're not going to do that. I'm not sure everyone has the right stretchy band. So right here, you're going to bring your heels together, toes apart, pressing those heels down into your mat. And I want you to lift those arms up towards the ceiling. As you lift your arms up, pull those shoulders. You're just pressing the shoulder blades down into your mat. And you're looking straight up. From here, I want you to bring your chin up to your chest. And if you can, keep reaching the arms. And in that C curve, we're going to roll, roll, roll up and reach forward. Good. Now, staying in that C curve, relaxing in the neck and shoulders, we're going to reach those arms out and slowly roll it down, down, down. And reach those arms back up. And chin to your chest, roll it up slowly and round it forward. One of the things I mentioned before was the box and alignment of the body. I want you to think here of your hands reaching towards within that sort of frame of your body, keeping everything straight, and you're reaching towards a window and reaching away from a window. And arms come back up, chin to your chest, reach towards that window and forward and round. And again, slowly roll it down, down, down. Right here, this time I want you to reach your arms a little further back. But when you feel your back arching or your ribs popping up, I want you to stop because we don't want to go there. So at that point, I want you to try to think about pulling that navel to the spine and pulling those ribs back in. If you can, reach further if you can keep that position. Otherwise, reach back up now, chin to your chest, and roll up, reaching, reaching, reaching. Scoop it in, roll it down, up, pull the shoulders down to the mat, and then again, Reach those arms back until right before you start to feel things shifting and lifting off the mat in your back. You don't want to do that. Pull everything down, navel to the spine, and pull your ribs back in. Reach those arms up, chin to your chest, and roll it up. Reach it forward, and again, roll it down, down, down. Reach those arms back. Now reach them even further back, and this time you can even arch. Reach the toes in one direction, reach the fingers in the opposite direction, and make yourself longer. Good. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. And right here, you're going to now bring your right knee into your chest and bring your arms down to your side. If you have a stretchy band or a towel, I don't know who does, you can bring your foot onto that right now, like this, and hold on to the towel or to the band. If you don't, assuming everyone does, but if you don't, you can do this without too. And just stretch that leg straight up. So from here, I just want you to point the toe up to the ceiling. Bring your elbows down towards the mat and press that right hip into the mat. And your toe is reaching towards the ceiling. Bend the knee back into your chest. Stretch it back up. And now point your toe and flex the foot. Point your toe and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Bring that knee in. Take the strap off. Right here, we're going to reach your legs straight up. And we're going to do our leg circles. So for the leg circles, we want to turn out a bit in the hip. Bring your arms down by your sides. And we're going to do a little kick back towards the nose. And then we're going to inhale as we cross that leg over the midline and bring it out to the side. So we're drawing a circle in the sky. Kick it back. Inhale, cross it over, around and up. If you can't keep the leg straight, it's okay to even do this and just do it as a little hip circle and move that hip around and draw the circle with the knee. But right from here, I'm going to cross it over and around and out and up, and 4 and around and up, and 5 and around and up, and 6 and around and up. And now we're going to reverse the motion. So bring it out to the side and around, cross it over and up. The breathing here is inhale as it's down and around, exhale as you bring it up, and 3 and around and up, and 4. Try to keep your opposite hip steady right here, and 5. We're creating some stability in the hips right here, and around and up. One more time, and around and up. Good. Bend that knee in, and then stretch it out. Bring your left knee into your chest. Take your towel or your stretchy band, and we're going to stretch that leg back up, pointing the toe, pressing the left hip into the mat, and the left toe is reaching towards the sky. And now flex it, and then bend it back in. And stretch it back up again. Point the toe, flex the foot. Point the toe, flex the foot. Point the toe, flex the foot. Bring it right back into your chest. We're going to take the strap off and do our leg circles on the left side. So we're going to stretch that leg back up, pointing the toe towards the ceiling. Bring your arms down to your sides to steady yourself. Turn out in the hip. And we're going to kick back towards your nose and then cross it over the midline as you inhale around and exhale up. And inhale around and exhale up. And 3 and up. And 4 and up. And 5 and up. And 6 and around and up. Keep that turn out in the hip. Bring it out to the side and around. Cross it over and up. Remember, you can bend that knee too. Bring it out and around and up, and bring it out and around and up. 2 more, and up, and out, and around, and up, and bend it in, stretch it way out there, good. And right here, we're gonna bring your feet flat down on the mat. We're gonna do a little pelvic lift. So bring your arms down to your sides, palms are down. And right here, I just want you to lift the pelvis one bone at a time. And then walk your shoulders underneath your arms, a little bit underneath your shoulders to open up that chest. Really open up that chest. And then we're gonna slowly lower down through the spine right here. And then again, we're gonna lift it up slowly, slowly, slowly. And then slowly roll down through the spine. Good. And again, lift it up, hold it right here. And then slowly lower it down. One more time. Slowly lift it up. And then lower it down through the spine, right there. Bring your knees back into your chest. And we're gonna just sit it up right here to learn a new Pilates move, which is called rolling like a ball. So rolling like a ball works the spine and it kind of gives you a little bit more mobility in the spine. And we're gonna start out here by just bringing your heels together, toes apart, bringing your hands onto your ankles, and just lift your toes off the mat a few inches. So you're floating your toes off your feet off the mat. Right here, your neck is really relaxed, and you want to think about rounding the spine here and just balancing and scooping in with that C curve. So you're balancing right on your tailbone here. And then you're going to bring the feet forward and relax. And then again, you're going to scoop it in and hold it right there and balance. And then bring your feet down and relax. And then one more time, you're going to scoop in, hold it. If you can, you have 2 choices. We are going to, if you can, roll it back from here. As you're going to roll back, you're going to keep your heels close to your tush and the knees are open a bit. So you're in like a really like in a tight ball. So that would, and you're going to roll to the, to your, right before your shoulder blades, to your middle of your back, or to the upper back rather. So right here, and then you lift yourself back up. If you're not comfortable doing it, just want to get that feeling of the rolling, you kind of come down here and just roll around a little bit on your spine also. That's option 2. So option 1 right here, we're going to roll back 3 times. Roll it back, and then bring it back up. Good. Pull your shoulders forward to come up. And then again, roll it back, and then come back up and balance. And roll it back. And come back up and balance. And right here, I just want you to keep your feet lifted off the mat. Reach the arms out. We're going to lift the arms 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Bring your hands back to your ankles. And then we're going to roll it back. 1, and bring it up. And 2, and bring it up. And 3, and bring it up and hold right here. Good. And relax your toes. Good. Next thing is we're going to do what's called the Pilates abdominal series. So I want everybody to roll back and just lay back here to start. Bring your right knee into your chest and bring your left leg out. If you can hold it, keep it out at this level. Otherwise, you could just even hold it a little bit more vertically up. Keep your, hold your hands gently on your right knee. Look into your navel. So take your chin to your chest and lift up off your shoulders a bit. Right here. Good. And what I want you to do here is now switch. So you're going to shoot that right leg out. Bring the left knee in. Pull it all the way into your chest. This is too much on your neck. You could do this with your head down as well. And you're going to switch. Bring the knee in. and switch, and 3, and 3, and 4, and 4, and 5, and 5, and 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. Bring both knees in. Good. Now again, if you can, bring your chin to your chest, up off your shoulders a bit, looking right into your belly button. Hold your hands on the sides of your knees, and we're going to stretch those legs out. And then bring it all back in. And then stretch both legs out. And then bring it in. And 3, and in. And 4, and in. And 5, and in. And 6, and 7, and 8. Bring it in. Bring the head down. Good. And then from right here, we're going to lift that head back up. And we're going to reach the right leg up. Bring the left leg out to a little bit of a scissor. And if you need to drop your head again, you can drop your head. And reach up towards your ankle. Or if you can't reach your ankle, even if you reach behind your calf, that's fine. And we're going to scissor the legs. So we're going to pulse that right leg. And then switch them. Pulse, pulse. And switch. Pulse, pulse. And switch. If you can lift your head, lift your head. Switch from those lower abdominals. And 3, and 4, and 4, and 5, and 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. And bring your head down. Good. Next thing we're going to do is called the Criss Cross. So you're going to bring your knees into tabletop position. Bring your hands behind your neck at the base of your skull. And I want you to lift up off your shoulders a bit, keeping both shoulders off the mat. And we're going to twist the left elbow towards the right knee. Left leg shoots out. And then bring it back to the center. Hold it using those abdominals. Press that navel to the spine. And then left and center and right and center. This is an exercise that's kind of meant to start off really slow, because when you do it slowly, it actually works your abdominals and your obliques a little bit more intensely, because you have to hold it. And then 4 and 5 and 5 and 6 and 6 and 7 and 7 and 8 and 8. Bring it down. Good. Now I'm going to do it a little faster if you can. So we're going to try to keep that same form. So roll up off the shoulders. And 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Twisting through the waist. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. And bring it down right here. Very good. Okay, we're going to sit right back up here. And we're going to do what's called the spine stretch forward. So bring your feet out to the corners of your mat in a bit of a straddle, a small straddle, just to the corners of your mat. And I want you to lift up through the waist. So you're sitting up nice and straight. If you find it hard to stay up nice and straight like that, if you bend your knees a little bit, then it's easier to lift up in the waist right here. So you're going to either be here or have the feet straight out. Flex your feet, arms come out straight. Take a deep breath in, and I want you to exhale and reach forward, but at the same time, I want you to imagine somebody grabbing you from behind and pulling you back towards an imaginary wall. So you're reaching forward, but scooping in. And now you're going to inhale as you slowly come back up, using those abdominals to stack the bones in your spine to come up nice and straight. And then again, inhale, and then exhale all the air out. And then slowly inhale as you lift up, 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 shoulders come up, head comes up last. 2 more. Exhale. And then inhale, lift it up. And then last one, exhale. And inhale, lift it up. And then lower your arms from here. Good. We're going to stand up right here. And take your, if you have weights, we're going to take your weights just for the last few things. If you have cans, you can use cans, or you can even use nothing, but I like to have a little bit of weight if we can. So we're just going to start. I'm just turning to the side to show you. Pilates stance, heels together, toes apart, lift it up in the waist. We're going to do what's called chest expansion. So you're going to open up. Everyone's so busy in front of their phones and their computers all hunched over. Pilates is great to open up the chest and to lengthen the spine and to keep you lifted in the waist, and it really helps your posture even in everyday life if you do it. So float those hands forward with the weights or without weights in front of your hips a bit, right here. I want you to kind of think about gluing those thighs together, heels together, toes apart, and squeezing your glutes. Right here, I want you to inhale, press those arms back a little bit. At the same time, opening up that chest, broadening the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then release it forward. And again, inhale, pull those shoulders back, open the chest. Right here, I want you to turn your head to the right, a little stretch in the neck. And then bring it back to the center, and then turn your head to the left, and back to the center. Exhale, let the arms float forward. And again, inhale, press everything back, open the chest, turn your head to the left for a little stretch, and center. Turn your head to the right, and center, and release those arms forward. Okay, this time, if you can, an extra challenge is to come up onto your toes for some balance. So inhale, lift it up, hold it right there, turn your head to the right, center, left, center, let the arms float forward. Last one, inhale, lift, press those arms back, open up the chest, turn your head to the left, center, right, center, bring it down. Good. I'm going to turn forward for this last little movement. We're going to lift the right arm up, and we're going to lift up and over, stretching the sides, not completely collapsing the left side, but keeping it sort of lifted as you reach up and over with the right arm. Also, I want you to keep as much weight on that right hip and on the right foot as you do on the left. And then bring it up, switch arms, lift up with the left, lift up and over, keeping that weight on the left foot, keeping that left hip grounded, and then reach up. And then for the right, reach up and over. And then lift up and down, lift up and over, and lift it up and down, lift it up and over, and bend that elbow for a little additional stretch, and lift it up, and then left, lift it up and over and bend, and lift it up and down. And we're just going to roll those shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, and forward. 1, 2, and 3. And just move that neck around a little bit. And we are done. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got a little taste of what Pilates is all about. And everyone's feeling good. And everyone's having a good day and social distancing, but also getting out and enjoying the outside a little bit.
Jill, thank you so much. That was so refreshing and reinvigorating, and all the reinventing. We need it all, right? So that was so fantastic. For those of you who don't know, Jill is obviously a Pilates instructor, and she is giving private lessons via Zoom. I think her information is in some of the materials we sent out, but I think you can be found at the Pilates Line in Pleasantville. Is that correct, Jill?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. Well, we really appreciate you helping us. I know it really helped me. I love Pilates, and it helped start my day off right. And happy Children's Mental Health Awareness Week to everyone. Jill, we really appreciate you participating with us and helping the rest of us find our center and balance and maintain as much health as possible. So everyone, big hand to Jill. Jill, thank you so much for everything. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks everyone.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.